Okay, my friends, we're back here with another episode of 2 Minutes to God. I'm sure we've got some great questions coming at us today, and I'm eager to answer them for you and with you, to have you join in the conversation with me, or to have me join in your conversation as we take these couple minutes to reflect on some of the weightiest things. I've said before, and I'll say it again, these are the first times that I'm looking at these questions, so lower the bar. Don't expect too much. But it's certainly good to be with you today, my friends. Check out our website if you have a chance, the number 2mtg.org. Okay, without further ado, let me get to the questions. Let me bring these up. Okay, number one. I don't want to sound anti-Catholic, but some of your beliefs just don't seem to have any historical or biblical founding to them. That said, I also can't believe an intelligent and holy priest like you would simply accept ahistorical or unbiblical teachings. So I want to understand how you reconcile some of the teachings I find most problematic, starting with the so-called infallibility of the Pope. What does it mean when the Church says the Pope is infallible? Surely Catholics can't believe the Pope is never wrong. Okay, it's a great question. Catches me a little bit off guard, to tell you the truth, but it's a great question. Let me give it a shot. What does it mean? Yeah, of course. So let's look at infallibility. Infallibility is actually very limited, has very limited scope. Papal infallibility comes when the Pope speaks ex cathedra. That means he speaks out of the place or the seat of his authority on matters of faith and morals. There are actually other conditions that have to be met in order for a pope to speak infallibly. And can I say it doesn't happen very often, which is an interesting thing to say because, of course, it's the central topic of this question. So yes, it's very limited scope. But let me say then first, papal infallibility is a must. The authority, the teaching authority of the Church is a must. Teaching authority of the Pope is a must. What does it say? Faith and morals. What did I say? Faith and morals. Remember again, the human project is a project of holiness and justice. It's a project of worship and mission. It's a project of prayer and love. We need guidance as to how to live that project. And so we have the teaching authority of the Church. We have the teaching authority of the Pope in order to lead us in the way of salvation there, to lead us in the way of life. Prayer and love, do they come to us naturally? To some extent. But in order to really live it out in all its self-giving glory, we're going to need help. And we need help not simply in the way of enshrined principles, commandments, and the like. We need the help of a living office. And we need someone to embody the living office for us to help give understanding to the demands and dictates of love here and now. It's not, my friends, ahistorical or unbiblical at all. We see Peter receiving the keys from Jesus. We see Peter as the first among equals in the college of apostles. There's something to the character of Peter, cannot be denied from the biblical evidence. And historically, we see that the shape of the Church as it is today it actually exists in its seed form in the very early Church. So, how I want more than 2 minutes, but I already took probably 2.5. So it's going to have to lie there. Maybe I'll get a follow-up on it, and I will love to get a follow-up on it. Okay, number 2. I'm 13 years old and feeling a little stuck. My church friends are nice, but we don't have a lot in common, and I feel a little babyish when I'm with them. I have a lot more fun with my school friends, but sometimes their choices are not always the best, and they use really inappropriate language most of the time. So I sometimes feel uncomfortable with them. Which group would you hang out with if you were me? Don't put me in that position. Ooh, that's a tough one. I love the way you asked that question. Thank you. I don't know. It's a really tough question because it's a tough age. What I'd like for you is to have real relationships with real people, loving people, being happy, spending time with people, and the rest, and not having too much of a negative influence, even if it is simply inappropriate language. Sometimes it's other things as well. So what I want for you, my friend, is I want the best of both worlds. But what I'm going to ask, what I'm going to say is, let's try to find the place where we can both love our friends and grow in love of them. So if you spend time with your church friends and they're a little immature, maybe you can help raise the bar. If you're spending time with your school friends, you find that they're acting inappropriately, again, maybe you can raise the bar. The difficulty is, we say, you might have heard that phrase, you can tell a lot about someone by their friends. I've always thought to live by this. I don't know that it's helped make some of the difficult decisions, but who are you? And then who are you called to be for your friends? It may well be that, you have space for both sets of friends in your life. And maybe the feeling babyish is an opportunity to go beyond that into the mature child of God you're called to be. And maybe the other way, maybe it would be better to be a bit babyish, a bit naive to all the evil that's in the world. 13 is a tough age, my friend. Let me just say I'll pray for you. And if you want to follow up on that, I'd be happy to hear it. These are, tough times. But our Lord is with you, and he will give you the strength and the love that you need to continue to persevere in his way, no matter where you find yourself. Okay, so that's about it. I took longer, and I know it, but I can't. Where's my discipline? Okay, 2 minutes to God, 2 minutes and change to God. Thank you for joining us, my friends. I look forward to